guys, this is going to be another pregnancy update. I feel like I just filmed one of these, but it's been a few weeks. This is weeks 16 through 18 because I am now 19 weeks, which is so crazy. I feel like I'm going to say that in literally every single update. But yeah, it literally feels like time is going by way too fast. So I was going to say she needs to slow down, but I don't want her to slow down because I want her to grow how she's supposed to. But yeah, it's crazy. Most of the time, not even most of the time, like sometimes I forget that I'm pregnant and then I'll like feel her move or I'll look down and I'm like, oh, that's right. I need to stop rambling and just get into the update because there's not a lot of stuff. I just don't want to have this video be super long and then have to split it up. So week 16, I have my notes right here. So if you see me looking down, that's why. Week 16, I had less lightning crotch than week like 14 and 15, I would say. Also, obviously this video is going to be TMI. It's going to be what I'm feeling physically, emotionally, all that stuff. So if you don't want to hear about pregnant woman symptoms, don't watch it. But if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're okay with that. So not as much lightning crotch, which is so nice because that stuff is like, it's shocking. It's like, oh gosh, what's happening? I started getting very thirsty. I am right now, but this has lasted through now. Increased thirst like crazy. I'm drinking probably close to a gallon of water a day. Started not sleeping as well. That's gotten a little bit better. Only because of a certain lotion that I will show you guys in my product video. Because I'm not going to start talking about products in this video or it's just going to get way too long. So I started not sleeping super great, and then when I would wake up, I would be awake for like 45 minutes at least, and I would wake up like 3 or 4 times for either no reason or to pee, and then just be awake for like ever. So there's that. I started getting leg cramps. So I started taking some magnesium and that helped a lot. So there's that. I was saying in my first trimester update that at the end of the first trimester, I started getting very emotional and very sensitive. I'm still like emotional, I guess, but not any more than like my normal because I'm a very like emotional person. So now it has, well not now, but at week 16 it had switched to getting more annoyed than emotional. That's kind of gotten a little bit better, but not like a ton. It only gets really bad if I am starting to get hungry, then I just get like super annoyed with everything, and I can like catch myself at work starting to get like really annoyed at just like the littlest stuff, and I'm like, I need to go have a snack or I'm gonna say something that's not very nice. So especially with like customers who walk in who don't have masks on and we have a sign out front that says this is required, and I just like, okay, you saw the sign. You saw the sign on the front of the mall. Just like little stuff like that I'll just like start to get annoyed at, and I'm like, I gotta go eat something because I'm getting very annoyed. So there's that. That's the only thing that really changed like emotionally / mentally, I would say. But yeah, that's the only thing that's really changed. I also started having a increased appetite, which I didn't think could happen because I already have already had a big enough appetite. But I started waking up like super hungry. That has gotten a little bit better now, but like during that week it was just crazy. I don't know what was happening, but yeah, crazy stuff. So this week 17 through 18, I started having like random bouts of morning sickness again, which is weird because it had like stopped, not like completely stopped like from one point, it like kind of gradually tapered off. And then week 17 hit and I like was laying down. I just shot up in bed and I was so nauseous. I'm like, where did this come from? I thought this was over. So I've had like random spots of morning sickness, I haven't had it in like several days, so that's nice. But it's only like once a day, not even every single day. It's just been like a couple times throughout the week that it just throws me off because I haven't been sick in a while, and it's like triggering. I'm like, why is this happening? I don't like this. And what I was using for it, which was Dramamine Kids, I can't find anywhere for some reason, so I don't know if there's like a recall on it or what, but I can't find it anywhere, so I just have to deal with it. So that's fun. Week 17, I started getting very low abdominal pain, more so on my right side. Sorry. I'll show you guys where it was at. Very low, like down, oh hello, down here, I would say. I thought it was my bladder, but then I realized my husband told me that your bladder is like in the middle. So it was not like in the middle, it was definitely down here, but now it's like all over here. So I told my midwife about it. She thinks that it is probably round ligament pain. So there's that. It's not as constant anymore. It was definitely super constant at first, but it's definitely like lessened. I feel it most in the morning and when I'm like laying down. When I'm working like the muscles around there and stuff, it's not as bad. So if I get on my yoga ball every day and like do pelvic tilts and do all that stuff, it definitely helps a lot. So I just need to keep trying to do that, because if I don't do that, that whole area will just like hurt. But yeah, I guess it's probably a little round ligament pain. Can't speak. And sometimes I'll have random pains that like shoot up my stomach on a side. Different than like the super low pain. That's pretty like constant, I would say. And if I like have to use my abs a lot, I feel that more. So for some reason it was like worse when I like would pee. That's a little bit better, but I don't know if it's maybe just like the muscles or ligaments or whatever that's around there. I don't know. That's what my midwife thinks it is. Makes sense to me. I'm not having, I thought it might have been a UTI, but I'm not having any other like UTI symptoms. So I don't think that's it. And I've been taking like stuff for UTI just in case. Not like prescription or like medication stuff, just like cranberry and homeopathic stuff and all that good stuff just in case. So there was that. Week 17, I had more lightning crotch. I get it still like occasionally, I guess if she's laying like really low. But I had a lot on week 17. I remember there was one night where it was like, not constant, but it was just like one after the other for what felt like forever. But even just like 5 minutes, having it every like few seconds, that's intense. That's a lot. Thankfully this week hasn't been quite as bad. So it just depends, I guess, on like where she's laying, but it's intense. I started getting some pain around my belly button from that stretching and stuff. Sometimes Michael will be like rubbing my belly and he'll like start messing with my belly button and I'm like, that hurts, stop. And then he'll just like randomly forget and start to be again. I'm like, that hurts, stop. It's very sensitive. So it started getting very sensitive from like stretching and stuff. Sometimes I'll look at my belly button to gauge like how much room I have left, I guess. I started having where I can't eat much at a time. I was already not eating a ton because of when I was so sick in my first trimester, but now I physically cannot hold it. I had a little, like, I don't know if you've ever seen those Eyyy meals. It's in the freezer section, but they're most of the time they're like either organic or gluten-free or a little bit healthier. And they have like a little thing just like that big. It's not a crazy amount of food. Normally I would have that and then something else. So I had one of those. It was like the not peanut butter. What? The butternut squash ravioli thing, but they're not heavy raviolis at all. I had that and then a few bites of chicken from the Chinese place, just like a couple bites of chicken, and I was miserable. Like my stomach was so tight. I felt huge. Like it hurt to walk and breathe, and it was crazy. I had that for the rest of the night, and it sucked when I was like getting hungry again because I didn't want to eat because I felt so full. So I'm trying not to have that happen again. So I try to like not eat that much at a time because that was awful. I also started getting, on around week 17, a rash under my arms, I guess from my deodorant. I've always been super sensitive to deodorants anyway. So I started getting a rash under my arms, which I've had before from certain deodorants, and the deodorant that I was using was like a Tom's Natural one. They didn't have baking soda, but it had something similar to baking soda. I've always been sensitive to baking soda, and I just started noticing like itching under my arms. Then I looked and I'm like, oh, I'm getting a rash. Awesome. So I'm going to show you products in my product video that I used for that, but it's starting to get better. I switched to just like a Dove, just like a mainstream, I don't know what to call it, just like your regular deodorant, but without, I just got it without aluminum because I don't like the whole aluminum thing. So I just got that, and it's been slowly getting better, so that's good. And then lastly, for week 18, is getting very painful varicose veins, which I've had for like a few years because it's hereditary. My dad has them, my grandma has them, so I've had them for a while, but they just started getting worse with pregnancy, which can happen a lot. Definitely getting worse. And they started getting really painful. Like yesterday at work, I could like barely walk around. It was like so bad. So thankfully last night my mom remembered that my dad had some compression socks. So I'm wearing those now, and that helps a lot. So I think that's about it for my update. So exciting. I will go ahead and show you guys what my belly is looking like. I have this little like dip here where my belly button is. So sweet. Sometimes she's way bigger than this. But yeah, there we are. Okay, so my phone just flagged me that I'm out of storage. So that's going to be it for today, but I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye.